To a potential helping hand for coastal Bend farmers affected by the financial strain from Chinese tariffs that are putting on American products. Our Rudy Trevino spoke with one local farmer who says everyone could end up being hurt by the Chinese pushback. Rudy.
McKenzie, every type of agricultural products, whether it be cotton, corn, or sorghum, all will be feeling the pinch of the massive tariffs. But add to that the recent rains that have affected growers, and they're now facing a double whammy.
So we do have an economic crunch on the farm now, but it's aggravated the most by the weather. If we had made a nice crop like we did last year, these prices and trade worries, putting grain and cotton in storage, waiting for a better price would be a little easier.
Bobby Nedbalik says that he can't remember a time for farming where there's so much money on the line. He says most of his sorghum was destined for China. President Trump's tariffs have caused that country to hit back hard, which is why the administration is now providing up to $12 billion in emergency relief funds for American farmers.
This is one of those things where every little bit will help. With the drought that we had this year and the depressed market prices, every little bit of assistance gets us that much further down the road to repay the loans that we have for this year's crop.
At the start of the tariff war, Nedbalik said that China had originally set a 178% levy on sorghum, which is used as animal feed in that country. But China dropped it down to 25%, which Nedbalik calls a relief. Nedbalik tells 3 News the ag industry has been cultivating markets in China for years, calling that nation a friend to South Texas agriculture, which is why he says the impact of tariffs will eventually trickle down to other businesses such as tire shops, even restaurants and fast food places right here in the coastal Bend. McKenzie?
Okay, thank you, Rudy.